Algebra 2, inverse functions. To find the inverse of a function simply means reversing the sequence of that function. So I repeat, to find the inverse of a function, you simply reverse the sequence of that function. So here are the steps. So please take out your pen or pencil and your exercise book to start copying them, because any math video that you are looking at, you must be participative. So you must have a pen or pencil and a notebook, exercise book, for it to be writing down as you are looking at the video. You pause, you rewind, you play, and so forth, and then you are involved into the video, and that's how you maximize your understanding of the content. So please get out a pen, a pencil, and an exercise book and copy this down. Algebra 2, inverse functions. To find the inverse of a function simply means reversing the sequence of that function. So the first step is to write down the function. So please take that down. Write down the function, that's the first step. The second step is to replace the notation f of x, g of x, or h of x, etc. with the letter y. So if you are dealing with f of x, you rewrite, but you do not write f of x, you write the letter y. Same applies with g of x or h of x, whatever you have, replace with the letter y. Please write this down. Step number 3, you interchange or you swap the letters x and y. So all where you have x, you write the letter y, and all where you have y, you write the letter x. Please take this down. Step number 4, you make y the subject of the formula, or the subject of the function, if you want to put it that way, or the subject of the equation. You make y the subject. That means to get y by itself. So now this step consists of some algebraic steps. It can become quite rigorous depending on the level of difficulty of the function. So you're going to make y the subject, meaning get it by itself. It could be on the left side or it could be on the right side. It does not matter. Once it by itself is all, and equal sign in the middle. And this step consists of algebraic steps, canceling out, transferring from one side to the left. Okay, it's all about canceling out from one side so that you can get y by itself. And it can become quite rigorous depending on the level of difficulty of the function. So please write this down. So now in step number 5, now you are going to replace, after you have completed step number 4, y is by itself now, you're going to replace y with the notation f inverse of x. As you can see, you have a little -1 as the exponent. It means it reads f inverse of x, or g inverse of x, or h inverse of x, etc. So like you reverse the sequence of the function. This takes place actually in step number 3 and 4. That's where you have the swapping, and then you have the rearrangement, getting y by itself. And then you replace, in step number 5, you replace the letter y with the notation f inverse of x in symbolic form, or g inverse, or h inverse of x. So let's apply this to an example, but please take down those 5 steps before we move on to the example. So here we have an example. It says, given f of x is 18x plus 9, find the inverse of f inverse of x. So when you see this written like that, that's how it reads, f inverse of x. And solution, so here we simply follow the steps stipulated above. So please copy this down, and we're going to start with the steps. Recall that step number 1 says to write down the function. So we are going to do that. So the function is f of x is equal to 18x plus 9. So you write this down. Step number 1, f of x is equal to 18x plus 9. So please write this down. The commencement of the solution. Step number 2 says to replace the notation f of x with the letter y. So let us do that. So as you can clearly see in step number 2, the notation f of x is replaced by the letter y. So now you have y is equal to 18x plus 9. So write this down. Now step number 3 says interchange or swap the letters x and y. All where you have x, you write the letter y. All where you have y, you write the letter x. Let us do that. So as you can clearly see, all where you have y, the letter y, actually is one letter y you will have. You replace the letter y with x, and where you have the letter x, you replace it with y. So now you have x is equal to 18y plus 9. So you can sense the reversing happening already. Exchanging positions. So let's go to step number 4. Let's remind ourselves what it says. Step number 4 says to make y the subject of the function or the equation. Make y the subject, get y by itself. And remember, this step consists of algebraic steps. Okay, we have more than one steps to try to get y by itself. Let us see how this was done. So in this example, you have 1, 2, 3 steps, okay, to get y by itself. The first step, as you can see, y is subtracting now on the left side. Let's go back to step number 3. You have 18y plus 9. So you have a plus 9 on the right side. So the plus 9 now was cancelled out. It was subtracted so that you can get a negative 9 on the left side. Let's just take a quick look as to how this was done. Now focus your attention in this green box here. We have x is equal to 18y plus 9. As you can see, this is step number 3. And we're going to try to get y by itself. So now we have an 18 to cancel out and a plus 9 to cancel out. We're dealing with the plus 9 first because the plus 9 is a little bit away from the y. So it is easier to cancel out a plus 9. And then we'll zero in onto the 18. So to cancel out a plus 9, we have to do the opposite operation. Remember, as I'm doing this, you are writing down also. You pause the video and you're writing as I'm doing this. Okay? As you are looking at the video. So now to cancel out a plus 9, you subtract 9. Okay? You subtract 9. Cancel out a plus 9. So 9 minus 9 is 0. But if you subtract 9 on the right side, must subtract 9 on the left side. That's called the golden rule of algebra. What you do on one side, you must repeat it on the other side so that the balance, the equal sign can maintain true. So that there'll be a balance. So now, this is why now on the left side, you now have a minus 9. Once you had a plus 9 on the right side, now you have a minus 9 on the left side. So now we're going to cancel out 18 now. As you can see, 18 was divided because 18 is multiplying to y, and the opposite operation of multiply is divide. So to cancel out the 18 that is multiplying, you have to divide. And if you divide on the left, or if you divide on the right, you have to divide on the left. What you do on one side, you have to do on the other side. So to cancel out that 18 that is multiplying to y, you have to divide by 18 on the right side. Now, if you divide by 18 on the right side, you have to divide by 18 on the left side also. So as we are doing this, please copy this down. So we divide by 18 on the right, and now we are going to divide by 18 on the left also. So since we are going to divide both the x and the minus 9 by 18, so we embrace x minus 9 in a bracket so that when we divide by 18, 18 is divided into both the x minus 9, both the x and the minus 9. So ensure that you put x minus 9 in a bracket. Okay. So as you can clearly see, 18 is cancelled out from the right side. It was multiplying to y, but now it is dividing now on the left side. So now remember what we said. Y can be by itself, either on the left side or on the right side. In that case, y is on the right. You can read from right to left in math equation. So from right to left, y is equal to x minus 9 over 18. So now we have accomplished y by itself, following these algebraic steps. And now the fifth step, let us remind ourselves what the fifth step says. The fifth step, which is the final step, it says replace y, replace the letter y with the function f inverse of x. So let us do that. So now in the fifth step, we have f inverse of x. You're missing the inverse, or missing the of x. That's a little typo. F inverse of x is equal to x minus 9 divided by 18. We can actually write it here. Okay, let's just write it here. So let's write the x minus 9 over 18. Open this a little bit. Right. So now, this now reads as f inverse, okay, of x is equal to x subtract 9 all divided by 18. So please copy this down and replay it. The more you can replay it, the better, because math is practice. Pen, pencil, paper, calculator, ruler, geometry set, etc. Make sure you have your math supplies, your math kit, whenever you're looking at a math video, to be actively participating in the presentation to maximize your understanding of what is being discussed.